First of all, I don't even need these. Second of all, it's early morning on Christmas Eve. Um, Let me see if I can get some better lighting, something that won't interrupt. That might be a little better. I didn't do a stage or a sound check before I came on, so forgive me. Okay, well, that's a little better. You know, that's a little better. Good morning. Happy Christmas Eve to those of you who celebrate Christmas. Happy Christmas Eve. It's a little better. I wish for more clarity, but can I do? Anyway, I'm having tea. I love coffee. I love coffee. But you gotta know when to have a cup of tea. You got to know when to have a cup of tea. Now, I heard plenty of people say that they don't drink coffee, and respectfully, I understand it. But I never heard nobody say they don't drink tea now. I don't know. Somebody said they don't drink tea. I don't know. Hot or cold, I'm just saying. So I'm up this morning starting my Christmas dinner and breakfast. And I wanted to check in with y'all and find out where are you in this part of your healing process. Yes, I mean, I got up, I washed my face while the water was brewing, and this is where I'm at right now. But where are you in your healing process? And I'm trying to find out why. I mean, not why, excuse me. I'm trying to find out where you are because I want to know from you what's next. Because I think we all need some types of direction, some sense of direction. So, what's next? What now? No matter where you are in your healing process, it is never too late to figure out what is it that you want to do with your idle time or your spare time. Remember, they say idle time is the devil's playground. But that's not necessarily so. When you are a person who is persistent, consistent, with determination to be in the right place and the right space, you focus on your healing, you want to heal, you're not going to allow the negative entity, you're not going to allow the opposition, you're not going to allow the devil to come in and use your idle time to make your situation worse. You're not going to do that. What you're going to do is you're going to figure out how you can make this situation work for you, how you can get the best out of it. Because let's face it, we already going through the pain part of it. And the pain part, I want to say it's the lowest, but then I can't say it's the lowest. You feel low, you're hurting. You know what I'm saying? And you feel low. You feel as if you're not vibrating on a high level because you feel like you're low. But guess what? I want to say this is the stage where you've been planted. You've actually been planted. So right now you're going to germinate, baby. You're going to germinate. And whatever lessons it is for you to learn, you're going to go through them and you're going to learn them now so you don't find yourself in this place of the space again. But I always feel like there is a time to figure what's next. So, as a part of your healing, give yourself some assignments. I can assist if you let me. And this is how. When they say all of the energy that you have put into someone else, you're going to pour it into yourself. When they say that the love you have for someone else, you're gonna now pour it into yourself. You're gonna love yourself. You're gonna love up on yourself. That's what you're gonna do. That's how you're gonna do it. And how you can do it is this way. You need to figure out what's next for you. And it doesn't necessarily have to involve anyone else. You spend so much time, so many years, so much effort, so much of your resources. Let me use that word resources, because when I use the word resources referring to healing, just know that I mean everything collective: time, money, um, time and money, space, uh, emotion, yourself, right? Moringa tea. That's what I'm having this morning. Moringa tea. You've used so much of that to pour into someone else. I mean, evidently you had enough. You had enough of it within yourself that you can give to someone, hoping that it'd be an exchange of energy, an exchange of resources, but it wasn't. So now you're here, right? And so you're going to retract the resources that you were using and you're going to pour them into yourself. And there's so many things you can do. You can get back to you, who you were before the trauma hit, who you were or who were you before you started to realize that you were in an unhealthy situation, or before you realized that this situation was not only not good for you mentally, but emotionally, spiritually, physically. Like, before things started going all the way left, who were you? Now, let me help you understand. You're not trying to get back to that person. What we're doing, we're trying to do two things simultaneously, but you can't really do the two things simultaneously, but you can. I don't want to confuse you. Understand what I mean. You work on things, different things, when you can. So what you want to do is you want to heal the trauma. You want to heal whatever it was that was in you that allowed this mistreatment to go on for so long. You want to heal whatever is in you that felt like you needed someone outside of you to fill this space, to fill a void, so that you would not feel this type of pain, no matter how they treated you, no matter how much you tried to force them to love you or tried to force the relationship. We have to heal that part of ourselves, right? So you don't want to revert back to that. But there were some qualities that you've had that were pretty dope that you kind of strayed away from because you were so into trying to heal someone else, help someone else, love someone else, be with someone else, teach someone else, right? So this you, before you started pouring all of your resources into someone else to try to make them compatible with you, to try to hold on to the relationship, to try to hold on to the history, his story. Um, what was it that you liked to do? What were you about? What were you doing? Who were you at that time? See, I was an avid reader and writer. I absolutely love to do both. I do. Um, I'm going to show you a picture of my library. I'm going to show you my library, but just right now, we're going to focus on us like we should have been doing. Um, I want to suggest that you get back to some of those hobbies just to take time out for yourself. We're women. Most of us are women. If you're on my channel, most of us are women. We wear many hats. A lot of times, the things we do within our life takes up so much time and space that we barely have time for ourselves. Barely. Barely. But I need you to find time because you need you and I need you. I need another healed sister out here. I need another sister out here who's willing to do the work, who's willing to do the necessary work from the inside. So not only will it reflect on the outside, but so that we can interact with one another in a safe space and not be around each other holding some type of animosity, some type of frustration, some type of derogatory emotion because of one's perception of one another. I want to be amongst some sisters who are doing the work because I want to be able to celebrate that in its entirety. Prosperity in its entirety. Right? So, whatever it is that you like to do for you, take time out to do it. I don't give a fuck if it's shop. I like to shop. That is a guilty pleasure of mine. But what I've learned to do, which is helping me, it's helping me. What I've learned to do is shop with rewarding intent. And this is what I mean by that. I see something I like everybody else. I put it in my basket, whatever motherfucking basket that may be. I set a short term goal. Once I achieve that short term goal, I go back to my basket and I reward myself. I don't give a fuck what it is. The cool thing is, oftentimes, when I get back to my basket, the very thing that I have wanted is on sale, or the store is having some type of sale, even if it's free shipping. So that's the cool thing. The frustrating part sometimes is I'll go back to my basket and then the item will be sold out. Now, if the item is sold out, this is just a sidebar. If the item is sold out, I say to myself, well, I guess I wasn't meant to have it. And I become okay with that because guess why? There'll be something else that I see that I like that's going to go in my basket and it'll replace the item that I thought I wanted. And I thought I wanted it because I done moved on to something else. I see something else. So I'm going to go for something else. The item is no longer available. It's probably not what I needed. So I'll go to something else. But whatever it is that you like to do, as long as it's not harmful or hurtful to you at all, indulge in it. You got to get back to you. You got to find who you are aside from the person that you were and aside from the person that you were trying to be with that you are now separating yourself from. Who are you? That's what now. What do you want to do with your life after the separation is complete? Who will you be? Who do you aspire to be? And what do you want to do? Let me give you an example. You will always be a mom. Excuse me. My eyes are irritated. I don't know. You will always be a mom. You will always be a mom. I don't give a damn how grown your children get. You will always be a mom. You always be a grandma. But aside from being a mom and a grandma and a significant other to somebody else, What do you want to be for you? Start planning who you will be. Set it as a goal. Start working towards that goal. What is it that you want for yourself? I'm, I'm going to be a boss. I'm going to be a boss. The creator is the CEO. No, the creator is the creator. I'm the CEO. And I'm going to run my life, my business, the business of running myself, taking care of myself, for myself, to myself. That is my Christmas gift to me. I am going to dress the part. I am going to look the part. I will be the part. I'm going to be the boss of me. I will be in control of the amount of time you get to spend in my life. See, the creator is in control of the people, places, and things and situations that you end up in because we all have a divine purpose. But I am going to be in control of the amount of time you get to spend there. I'm going to have better control over me. I will still be filled with so much love that I'm willing to share it. I'm going to share it, but I will have much more discernment and say so over who I share it with. My tea is good. I think I'm gonna have another cup. And in order for me to get into that position spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, and financially, I have to align myself with it because that is what I want for me. I have to figure out what is my divine purpose, or rather, what is the purpose that the Creator have me here for? And I have to make what I want for me align with my purpose. I'm gonna be a bad motherfucking boss. You hear me? Not bad meaning bad, but bad meaning good, as Run DMC would say. Yes, that's what I want for my life. And I have to start working on that. And I'm actually in a process of working on that now, simultaneously with healing. See, healing, all right, I want to commend you on healing because healing is a lifelong process. Once you commit to healing, it is like a marriage. Darling, it's a marriage to yourself and to the Creator that you will always be your better self. You will always be your greater self. You will always ascend to being better, right? That's what healing is, that you will take the lesson, you will learn the lesson, and you will use it for your greater good and perhaps even the good of others, whoever you are able to influence, whoever is influenced by you. And it is a lifelong journey. So I'm going to coincide that with finding myself again. And remember, when you're finding yourself, you're always finding out new things because There's some things you haven't tried yet. There's some experiences you haven't learned yet. And there's parts of yourself that you have buried so deep through to past experiences that you probably forgot about. We bury it because of pain. We think that the pain will subside if we bury it. And that's not always the case. So once you get to healing, there'll be parts of you that will be revived. Don't push them parts back down. Welcome them and figure out where they fit at in your life. Figure out if you can use them for anything. Recycle them if you can. But that's what's next. Your time does not have to be spent what, oh, if he would have just act right. If he would have, I wish he would have. Don't waste any more energy on woulda, shoulda, coulda. We now have to move forward to progression and ascension to be our best selves. And we're not doing this because we want them to feel some type of way. They're going to feel that way regardless because they will not, it won't be another us. No matter who they run into, no matter what situation, circumstance, relationship that they enter into with someone else, it won't be another us. I need for you to come to that realization. That's you. You have to understand that. If you are the type of woman that I suspect you are, and I suspect you being that type of woman because I know that I'm that type of woman, I know exactly what I bring to the table. I know, and then fuck bringing shit to the table. I know who I am. See, that's one thing, even during a breakup, during a relationship, that he could not take from me. He could not take from me who I am. I always know who I am. I didn't have self-esteem issues, even with my little weight. Even with my weight getting up as I became a woman, as I had what I feel like is a late pregnancy with Boogie, because I was in my 30s. So I'm not really sure, statistically speaking, if that's a late pregnancy. But in my mind, I feel like it's a late pregnancy because, your body don't have that snap back. The older you get, it doesn't snap right back. But I'm saying all that to say is even during those times when I didn't have the snap back, I didn't have no self-esteem issues. I did not have none. I was thankful to the creator that I was able to be a vessel for life. Okay, because I love them boys like nothing. Okay. I was thankful to the creator I was able to be a vessel. I was thankful to the creator that I still have my health. And I know that if I want to do something about it, I can do something about it, whether I need assistance or not. I may need Herbalife. I may need a gym. I may need liposuction. And not saying need as in desperation need. I'm just saying want. But I just know that there's things I can do to get myself into better shape, which that is another thing that we can embark on. If you know you wanted some things for yourself, think about those things and consider doing them and taking them. And taking yourself up on them. That's what's next. Dedicate yourself to you. That is what's next. That's what's now. Right? So I'm saying all that to say is that um, he broke my heart, but he didn't break my mind. I wouldn't allow him in certain spaces. I didn't do that because we had spent such a long time in separation, right? And everybody's situation is different. We had spent such a long time in separation that my trust wasn't there for him. Excuse me, guys. I'm recovering from a cold. Oh, sound like some more need to come out. Um, I needed to learn to trust him again. A funny thing is that We never got there. See, the resources that I gave to him, let me tell you something, right? In my youth, as most of us grow up in the hood, I don't give a fuck who we date. We know what it's like to have fucking nothing. Nothing. We've been there because our parents struggled to feed us, to take care of us, right? And so, if your parents had a good job and you didn't struggle that much with material things, then that's great. You know what I'm saying? But I know my mom did struggle with me. And um, that's what made me go so hard now for my kids. So I think that type of trauma propelled me into being a certain type of parent. I know, mom, I know with all my heart, my mom did the best that she could. But when you doing time, right? Because I had cousins and I had uncles who had that life, that it comes with being in the hood. It comes with providing for your family. At that time, it may have been some type of rites of passage into manhood because the men would be like, listen, I love my family and I'm not going to see them struggle. And they, of course, would do things the right way and get a job. Some of them did, but even that wasn't enough. And they would do other things and create a criminal lifestyle. And okay, so now we're here, right? But we know growing up in the hood, we know what it's like to have nothing. You know what I'm saying? Next to nothing. I was in love with this man, and I felt like if it was any type of way I'm going to come up, our sons is going to come up, and he's going to come up with me. I was not going to leave him the fuck down there if we're elevating. Now, with some work he needed to do that he never did do, and this is why we're in separation right now. He needed to do the internal work. The things that I provided for him was all external. The car, the home, the safe space. It was all external. And yes, I did my part, but he didn't do his. So I'm now in a place of healing where I don't have regret for what I've done. In the beginning, I did. In the beginning, I did. But right now, I don't have regret for what I've done. It was what I felt like I was supposed to do. Now I have two cars. Here's the irony. I always wanted two cars. I always wanted a car and a truck. I have that now. And I'm no way trying to gloat. I'm just saying I am taking the situation that was, I don't want to say sent, but the negativity out of that situation, I'm pulling a positive out of it. You understand? I'm not going to let the negativity beat me down and take me all the way the fuck down. I'm not going to fucking do it because at the end of the fucking day, when I look in that mirror, all the fuck I got is me. When I look in that mirror, right, and I'm standing there, check this shit out. I look up, I see the creator. I look back, I see my sons, my grandma, my uncle, my sisters. But at the forefront in that mirror is me. You understand me? And at the end of the day, that's who I got. That's all I got. So I had no choice but to pick myself up and dust myself off. I cannot let that nigga get that. To have me down so motherfucking low that I disintegrate back into the concrete in which I came. Ain't nobody got that much motherfucking power. I ain't giving nobody that motherfucking power over me. So yes, I'm going to hurt. I'm going to cry. I'm going to go through and get through whatever the fuck I got to do to get back to me. And that's what this motherfucking healing is about. And that's what I wish for you. I want you to get back to you and start to plan a life for yourself that's separate from the person you were trying to be or the person you were becoming in order to fit inside the scope of a relationship with someone else that wasn't even good to you at that. It wasn't even good to you. So please try not to wait too long because after a while, they wasn't even good to you. Whatever material presents or gifts they may have given you at the time or at that time, they're not band-aids, baby. to a degree, is probably an admission of guilt, of saying, I know I should be doing better. I know I could do better, but I just can't. So take this, forgive me until the next time I fuck up. But see, the fuck ups, the mistakes, when they start becoming conscious decision making once it's repeated. You understand? Mistakes happen. We're human. Mistakes happen. But mistakes of the same content, the same mistakes, once they're repeated, they become decisions. There's some point in time where they become decisions, choices. You know what I'm saying? So with that, I'm going to say good morning to y'all. That tea is really good. And I'm going to have me another cup, and I'm going to do some stretching. And I'm still in the healing process. So forgive me for not, I know maybe I need to come on more often. I am really, really still trying to heal. I have my days. Trust me, I have my days. But now my days is like this. I'm not gonna, I'm gonna get ready and go. I'm gonna get ready and go. My days are like this now. I'm thankful that I don't look like what I've been through. I'm thankful that I'm getting through. I am in the process now of reinventing myself. As you can see, I want to look like the tickers. I feel the change. I want to look like it, you know, reinventing myself. And I'm not hurting as bad as I was. Disappointment may come every now and again, but I am not where I was. And that is healing. When you can get up every day, and the more you wake up, you start to realize that in spite of the pain or the heartbreak, that it's a little bit better today and that you were not where you were yesterday. Have a blessed day, y'all. Don't forget what we're working on now. We are still working on healing. We're going to keep working on healing. But you know what? We're also working on who we want to be once we are healed. Who do we want to be? Who are you? When you ask yourself that in the mirror, because right now, it will be a different answer than later. But let's start working on that now. Have a blessed day. Happy holidays.